Hello, namaste. Welcome to Vinyasa Flow Yoga. Today we're going to be physically focusing on opening up the hip flexors right over here, bringing the hips into extension and practicing some back bends. So let's start in hero's pose, Virasana, if that works for you. Setting your knees on the floor in front of you and either sitting directly on your calves or onto a block or two blocks right between your ankles. Make sure that your feet are not turned out or in so that you can safely align your knees. Take a moment to physically and mentally arrive in your yoga practice. So I've really been enjoying this book that I'm almost done reading called The Relaxed Mind by Tsa Kilung Rinpoche, a 7-step method for deepening meditation practice. I wanted to share an excerpt from it, and it talks so much about the importance of cultivating not only a relaxed mind, but first, a very relaxed body when you sit to meditate. As the body does, the mind tends to follow suit. And so when you've relaxed the body, it says when the mind has opportunities for deep resting, it will know what it is and what it is not, and what is not its nature. Let the mind be deeply, and you will find the answer. It is very important to allow the heart mind to be open for that. It talks a lot, it references our consciousness as the heart mind. When we relax beyond the anxieties of our concrete, rigidly defined, samsaric view of reality, and the sharp corners and details of that world begin to soften, we experience a sense of harmony. Samsaric is similar to the Sanskrit word samskara. Samskaras are those deeply ingrained habits that we have of perceiving things that are so deeply buried in our subconscious mind, whether they are beliefs that have been passed on for generations and generations through our genes, not even necessarily spoken beliefs, or their beliefs and conditionings, mental conditionings that we have adopted through our lifetime, whether conditioned by society or our familial upbringing or our cultural upbringing. And they color the ways that we perceive reality. And so when we can see that that rigid frame of reference is working on us in how we're perceiving things, as we can see the kinds of thoughts that tend to arise when we're meditating. And we can work with that in a way of not pushing it away, but softening, relaxing into it, learning how to truly relax our minds. Then as that settles, it goes into describing a metaphor of the ocean. Normally, when we look at the ocean, we see thousands of waves, big and small, on its surface. The whole ocean appears to be moving and dancing around. At some point, though, the waves may all calm down, leaving a clear, placid, mirror-like surface. Then we can see through the vast clarity of the ocean down into its depths. And the clarity of the surface also reflects the sky, clouds, stars, sun, and moon. Anything that passes over its undisturbed surface is mirrored perfectly. Likewise, if our minds are clouded by turbulent and busy thoughts and emotions, we cannot penetrate into our inner mind, nor do our minds reflect phenomena clearly. When we do have that clarity, we see the true nature of things. So before we work with the mind and sit for 5 minutes in meditation, let's do the best we can to bring awareness, cultivate presence, and relax our bodies and our minds through our physical yoga practice. And sometimes, if our minds are usually busy, 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 we got to get the body moving, moving, moving. So then it relaxes, and then the mind relaxes too. So, welcome to our Vinyasa flow. As you're sitting still now, bring awareness to your body. Begin with the bottom of your body that meets what you're sitting on. Feel how the weight distributes down into your legs or pelvis. Notice the sensations in your pelvis. Feel your belly and torso from the inside out. As you observe, notice if the mind begins to label or judge, and see if you can relax that, let it go. Feel into your hands, your arms, your shoulders. Notice the sensations at your chest, throat, face, and the back of your head. Observing how your physical body feels at the start of your practice. Begin to notice your breathing. No need to control the breath, just let it be. Does the breath flow easily? Is it shallow or deep? What is the breath telling you about your energy right now? Notice your state of mind and heart. What's prominent in your thoughts? What is the quality of your attention? Do you feel present here in your body? Or is your mind somewhere else, thinking about the past, planning about the future? Sense any emotions that are moving through you right now. Now let's deepen the breath. Feel the inhalation, expand into your belly, exhaling through your mouth, deepening the breath into the belly and the four walls of your rib cage as you sit a little taller. Long exhale again through the mouth. As you continue to deepen your breath, call to mind anything that you appreciate today. What are you grateful for about your day? Now start to set your intention for this practice. What are you choosing to focus on in any aspect in your life and cultivate a sense of well-being in? Then choose someone or something to dedicate your practice to today. A way of letting go the outcome so the ego doesn't step in to try to control it. And a way of remembering our practice is not only for ourselves, but it's to benefit all beings around us. And together, let's chant Om 3 times. Let's help to warm up your body by closing the lips and lengthening the breath equally in and out through your nose. Let's invite balance of energy, calmness of mind, body, and focus by practicing Ujjayi Pranayama, victorious breathing, done by also softly constricting the back of your throat so that you create a gentle whispering sound that you can listen to in your breath. As you take your time, slowing the breath down, creating a gentle rhythm, please make your way into tabletop pose on hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide at the top of your mat and stack your shoulders on top of your wrists. Step your knees directly under your hips, and now press the floor actively away with your hands and lengthen your neck by gazing on the ground ahead of the thumbs. Lift the sides of your belly and keep your pelvis as still as possible while you inhale, raise your right leg straight behind you. Keep your two hips facing the ground as you flex the right foot. And if your balance feels pretty stable, exhale, raise the left arm forward like you're about to shake someone's hand. But draw the left shoulder blade down the back. Keep reaching forward through the chest and the crown of your head. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, contract your belly and round your back. Maybe you bend the left elbow and the right knee to touch. Again, inhale, lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen. From your navel, exhale, contract. Last time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. Find your balance again, lengthen, stay here, or bend your right knee and backstroke your left arm. See if you can reach hold of your right foot with your left hand. If you can, kick the foot into your hand and pull the foot towards you, bringing your right hip into extension as you open the front of your left shoulder. Now, as you spread the right fingers wide, press the ground away, lift your heart, draw your navel in towards your spine. How's your breathing here? Take another deep breath in. Without slingshotting your leg, exhale, lengthen the leg behind you, reach the left arm forward, and set your hands and knees to the ground. Spread the fingers wide, stretch the top of your head forward, and keep your pelvis still as you inhale, raise your left leg behind you. Flex the foot, both frontal hip bones facing the ground. Now, if your balance feels pretty stable, add raising the right arm in front of you like you're about to shake someone's hand so that your upper arm is alongside your ear. Draw the right shoulder back. Stay here or add movement to the breath. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, contract your belly and round. Maybe you bring the right elbow and the left knee to touch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. Now inhale, reach, stay here, or bend the left knee and backstroke the right arm. Catching hold of your left foot, kick it into your hand while you pull it towards you, lifting your heart up, rolling the right shoulder back. Now continue to engage your abdomen here as you're balancing for 2 more breaths. Now without slingshotting the leg, inhale, lengthen again, reach. Exhale, lower the hands and knees to the ground. Tuck your toes, lift your hips back, downward facing dog. Feel free to shift around as your body might need to move for a few deep breaths. Slow inhalation, just a slow exhalation. Begin to walk up to the front of your mat into a standing forward fold. Separate your feet at least hips width apart. Bend your knees generously and reach your hands behind your lower back to clasp. As you breathe in, lift your chest forward, roll the shoulders back. As you breathe out, fold in, keep your hands together as you stretch them away from your lower back. Maybe shake your head no a few times to relax your neck. Nod your head yes. Maybe even switch the cross of your thumb and index finger on top as you let your head fall to relax the neck. Lift your shoulders away from the neck. Keep tilting your weight forward, bending your knees any amount you need to comfortably bow forward. Now lower your arms, press your fingertips either on blocks, the ground, or your shins. Inhale, stretch your spine forward into a half forward fold. Exhale, bow in, forward fold. Again, inhale, forward, half forward fold, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Press down through your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and rise slowly to the top, rolling your shoulders back and down, lifting your heart and your gaze. Exhale, join your hands in prayer from your crown to your heart center in mountain pose. Remember what your intention is for this practice. Flowing with gratitude as we offer it towards the sun. Let's begin sun salutation C. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead in Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips in Uttanasana. Press down with your hands. Inhale, lengthen forward in Ardha Uttanasana. Step left knee behind you to a kneeling lunge. Here, breathe in, lifting your chest. Hold your breath as you step to plank pose. Exhale, lower your knees, then your chest, then your chin, Ashtangasana. Inhale, slide forward onto your belly, coiling your chest open, Cobra pose. Exhale, lift your hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot beside your left thumb. Lower your right knee and gaze up. Exhale, step your right foot forward and bow. Press through your feet. Inhale, rise slowly, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, join your hands at your heart center. Second side, a little different. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Plant the fingertips down. Inhale, step your right knee behind you. Kneeling lunge, gaze up. Holding your breath, step into plank pose. Ashtangasana, lower knees, chest, then chin. Inhale into Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step the right foot beside your right thumb, left knee down, gaze up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, the left foot forward and bow, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise, reaching the arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands together in Padasana. Let's continue with sun salutation A. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Press your blocks or the floor. Inhale, lengthen forward. Step back to plank pose, and this time, exhale, glide forward and lower halfway down, pause. Hug the elbows to the ribs, lengthen the neck. Choose Cobra or upward facing dog. As you inhale, draw your shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let the body be still as you steady your gaze for 2 more deep breaths. When you've emptied this next breath, walk or lightly jump to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands together, Padasana. Let's move into Sun Salutation B. Step your feet together so that the inner edges of your big toes touch. As you breathe in, bend your knees together and sit low, leaning back towards your heels in chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, shift forward and bow from your hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Step back to plank and decide how you choose to lower. What's in harmony with your body right now, Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin? Take it all the way through to downward facing dog. When you arrive there, inhale, raise your right leg behind you. Try to keep your hips leveled. Exhale, step the foot beside your right thumb and spin your left heel down. Inhale, rise to stand in Warrior One. Ride your exhalation down into your Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Keep your hips leveled and inhale, raise your left leg behind you. Exhale, step the foot beside your left thumb, spin your right heel down. Inhale, rise into Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, lower into your Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Tune into your breathing, slowing it down and balancing in and out for about 3 more cycles of breath. As you listen to your body, you know it the most. Notice when you might need to adjust the way you're practicing a pose, or when you might need to rest. Take care of yourself in your own way. When you're ready, empty the breath, then walk or jump lightly to the front of your mat. Let your feet touch in Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees together. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, rise to mountain pose. Let's practice Surya Namaskar B one more time. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Step to plank or lightly jump to Chaturanga. Keep going to your own Vinyasa. From downward facing dog, inhale, raise the right leg. Exhale your foot beside right thumb, spin left heel down. Inhale, Warrior One. Exhale, Vinyasa. When you arrive at downward facing, inhale, raise left leg. Exhale your foot beside left thumb, right heel down. Inhale, rise, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, lower, Vinyasa. Downward dog. 3 to 5 deep breaths, slowing down the breath. Recalibrating your attention to your intention for this practice. When your breath feels stable and slow, bend your knees, empty the breath, then walk or jump to the top. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, rise up. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Hook your thumbs, roll the shoulders back and down, and lift your chest. Broaden your collarbones. Draw your tailbone down towards your inner heels. Seal in your bottom front ribs and lengthen the back of your neck as you gaze up. One more deep breath. And then bend your knees. Exhale, forward fold. Separate your feet hips distance, parallel, and let's stretch your outer wrists in Padahastasana. Lifting your toes, slip your palms face up under the soles of your feet. Now you might bend the knees here to help you reach. Try to get your toes to meet the inner creases of your wrists. Now as you inhale, shift forward, press your heart through the gates of your arms, and keep lengthening your spine as you exhale, hinge forward from the hips, dropping your head. Let your neck be loose. Let your jaw be loose. Now, if it's available, bend your elbows apart so that as you drop your head, you can lift your shoulders and free up more space in your neck. How does your energy feel right now? How might you honor that? Choose to take another vinyasa, cat-cow, or step back directly in downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, keep your hips leveled in height. Inhale, raise your right leg back from the inseam. Now keep the right hip facing the ground. Exhale, bend the right knee towards your back wall. Like a scorpion tail, inhale, see if you can lift the right knee a little higher towards back wall and ceiling while still leveling your hips. Exhale, contract your lower belly, your mid belly, your upper belly, and come forward into plank, bending the knee towards your nose. Step your right foot beside your right thumb. Stay high on the ball of your left foot. And inhale, rise to crescent lunge. With your right hand, take your left bent elbow behind your head. Press your shoulder blades down. Lift your chin parallel to the ground. Stay here or add, reaching your right hand behind you underneath and clasping your fingers behind your back. Arms in Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Now keep squaring your hips to face forward. Lengthen your tailbone downward and lift your frontal hip bones as you lengthen up through the back of your skull. Last 3 breaths here. Warrior 2, spin your left heel down, align your right heel to intersect the arch of your left foot, opening your arms, steady your gaze just beyond your right hand. Tune in to your breathing. As you focus on deepening, softening the breath, notice the effect on both your mind and your body. As you bend the right knee just above your right heel, firm the outer edge of your left foot into the ground. Last 2 breaths here in Virabhadrasana 2. Begin to shift forward into half moon pose. Plant your right fingertips, upper right corner of your right pinky toe on a block or the ground. Drag your left foot forward, flex it off the floor, and either raise your left arm up or let's bring the left hip into extension by bending your left knee towards your belly and with your left hand catching hold of the top of your left foot. Kick the foot towards the back wall as you pull the foot towards your glute, rolling your left shoulder back like we did it on all fours. Engage the belly here and direct your gaze on one spot. Let's tune in for a few more breaths in Ardha Chandra Chapasana, sugarcane pose. Now, if your left knee is bent, straighten the left leg. Deep inhale. Now, as you exhale, softly step back into Warrior 2. Inhale, peaceful warrior, side bend towards your rear wall as you raise your right arm. Exhale, hands to the floor, vinyasa, or cat-cow, or go straight to downward facing duck. Inhale, raise your left leg from the inseam, keeping your hips both facing the ground. Exhale, bend the left knee towards your back wall. Like a scorpion tail, inhale, lift the left knee further towards back wall and ceiling. Exhale, contract your belly and round into plank, bending left knee towards your nose. Step the foot lightly beside your left thumb. Stay high on the ball of your right foot. Inhale, rise to crescent pose. Now bend your right elbow, and with your left hand, bring your right elbow behind your skull. Relax your shoulders down and lift your chin parallel to the floor. Keep your hands like this, or add reaching the left arm down behind you and clasping your fingers behind your back. Directing your tailbone downward, slightly lift your frontal hip bones as you square both of your hips to face forward. And feel the length of your spine. One more deep breath. Warrior two, spin your right heel down, align left heel to arch your right foot and open your arms. Steady your gaze just past your left hand. Feel your body breathing. Wrapping your left sitting bone underneath your body. Firm the top of your right thigh bone back. One more deep breath in Virabhadrasana 2. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Look at the ground ahead of your left foot and walk your left hand forward and to the left of it. Drag your right foot in, flex it off the floor. Raise the right arm, or Ardha Chandra Chapasana, sugar cane pose. Bending right knee towards belly. Hold the top of the right foot. Kick the foot towards the back wall as you pull the foot towards your glute, rolling your right shoulder back, still firming in the belly. Now choose a point to focus your eyes on and listen to another 4 calm waves of breath. If your right knee is bent, inhale, straighten your right leg. Slowly exhale, step into warrior two again. Inhale, raise the left palm and side bend into peaceful warrior. Exhale your hands to the earth, optional to flow on your own. Meet us in downward facing dog. And I say us because there is a live community practicing with me. I'm not alone here. Downward dog, pause, steady your gaze, slow down your breath. Sense what's here now in how you feel internally. Inhale, raise your right leg back. Again, keep the hips squared, bend the knee as you exhale. Inhale, lift the knee further back and up. Exhale, contract the belly and round. Step the foot beside your right thumb, lower the left knee. Inhale the arms up and backstroke them behind your back. Interlace your fingers and draw your tailbone down as you lift your back ribs right beneath the shoulder blades. Start to bend your back to lift your chest and gaze up. Sliding the knuckles of your hands down your lower back or your left hamstring in this version of Anjaneyasana. Inhale, rise, lift the arms overhead. Shorten your stance so that your right knee is directly above your right heel. Left hip above left knee. Use your right hand to cup the top of your right thigh. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, twist at your waistline to the right. Either lower left hand inside of the leg on a block or the floor, or hook the elbow outside of your right thigh. Joining your hands in prayer, opening the arms, or binding. You might also choose to lift the back knee into a high lunge twist, variation of Parita Parshvakonasana, twisting side angle pose. Last deep breath here. Now start to unwind and rise all the way up to stand. Shorten your stance from crescent lunge to 1/3 shorter, preparing for pyramid pose. Both feet flat on the floor, legs straight, hips squared forward. Bring your arms behind you to open your chest, either pressing fist to fist, holding opposite forearms or elbows, or reverse prayer, palm to palm, fingertips sliding up towards between your shoulder blades. Now spread your toes. Engage the muscles in your legs and belly. Inhale, roll your shoulders back and look up. Keep firming in your belly and exhale, hinge forward just a little bit of your range from the hips. Pause as you inhale to firm down to your feet. Stretch your spine forward, keep the hips squared. Exhale, continue to fold, as long as you can do so without rounding the back or tensing your shoulders or breath. Parshvakonasana, pyramid pose. Now press to your feet and inhale, slowly rise all the way up. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Keep your two frontal hip bones facing exactly forward. As you come to stand on your right foot, bend the left knee to hug the right. Lengthen your tailbone downward towards your inner right knee and backstroke your left arm. With a hand, catch, if you can, the inner side of your ankle or foot. Otherwise, whatever you can reach. You can also place a strap around the ball of the foot. Kick the foot back, keep your hips facing forward, and pull the foot towards you, raising your right arm up in standing bow, Natarajasana. How's your breathing here? Slowly step the left foot to meet the right in mountain pose. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead in Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. Step back, downward facing dog. Keep your hips leveled. Inhale, raise your left leg behind you. Exhale, bend the knee to create that scorpion tail. Inhale, lift the knee further up and back. Exhale, round forward to plank. Step the foot beside your left thumb. Lower your right knee. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Backstroke your arms and clasp your fingers behind your back. Maybe switch the other thumb and index finger on top. Draw your tailbone down and lift your back ribs. Rolling your shoulders back and down. Start to create a back bend from right beneath your shoulder blades. Sliding the knuckles of your hands down your lower back or right hamstring. One more deep breath. Inhale, lift your arms overhead. Shorten your stance so left knee is right on top of left heel, as right hip is right on top of right knee. Cup the top of your left thigh with your left hand and inhale, lengthen your spine forward for the twist. Exhale, rotate your rib cage to the left and choose to either lower the right hand on side of the leg or hook the elbow outside. More hands are in prayer, arms apart, or bind. Maybe lift the back knee and tuck the back toes. Sense the flow of your breathing, bringing balance to your energy, calming the mind, relaxing the body. One more deep breath. Gently rise all the way up to stand. Shorten your stance from crescent lunge to 1/3 less. Spin the heels down, straight legs, hips facing forward. Bring the arms behind you, fist to fist. Hold the opposite forearm or elbow on top, or reverse prayer. Root down to the legs from in the belly. Inhale, lift your chest. Just a little bit at a time. Exhale, fold from your hips. Pyramid pose. Parsvottanasana. From down to your feet, inhale, lead with your chest to slowly rise. Place your left hand on your left hip and come forward to stand on the left foot only. Bend the right knee to hug the left knee. Draw your tailbone towards your knees and backstroke your right arm. Catch the inner side of your right ankle or foot, or use a strap around the top of the foot. Kick your foot back as you pull it towards you, keeping both hips facing forward. Raise your left arm. Right beneath the shoulder blades, create the bend in your back as you lift the heart. Natarajasana, or dancer pose, also called standing bow. Slowly step the right foot to meet the left foot. Mountain pose. This time I invite you to rest a hand in your heart center and a hand at your navel, just below the belly button. Allow 3 long cleansing exhales through your mouth. Lion's breath. Close the lips again, and please lower into plank pose, top of a push-up. From plank, pause, lift the sides of the belly, and then slowly lower forward and down, lying on the belly. Let's prepare for bow pose. 1 round. Bring your knees close together, bend both knees, reach back with your hands to hold your feet or your ankles. If you're holding your ankles, flex your feet. Press your pubic bone into the ground and kick your feet away as you pull them towards your glutes, lifting your knees no wider apart than your hips distance. Count 5 to 10 breaths before you let go to rest. Dhanurasana. As you draw your shoulder heads back, relax them down. Lengthen the back of your neck by looking slightly down. Breathe into your heart space. Let the balance of your breath bring coherence of heart and mind. When you're done, relax the body into rest, stillness. 3 deep breaths. Please press your hands to the ground and come up to sit, sliding your legs in front of you. Let's prepare for a seated spinal twist. Straighten the left leg forward and step your right foot on the ground in front of your right hip or crossed outside of your left knee, where you might also bend your left knee. Choose the one that allows you to sit tall with both sitting bones grounded. Place your right hand behind your pelvis and raise your left arm. Press into the ground and lift up through your spine as you breathe in. Keep your legs still and exhale, twist to your right. Lower your left arm to hold your right leg or hook the elbow outside of your thigh. Continue to lengthen and twist. As you exhale and wind your spine, and let's switch the right leg forward. Bend the left knee and step the foot either in front of your left hip or outside of your right knee, where you might also bend your right knee. See if you can set up the same way as you did on the first side. Place the left hand behind your pelvis, raise your right arm, press into the floor to sit up taller as you breathe in. Exhale, twist to your left, lower your right arm, maybe hook the elbow. As you breathe out, unwind your spine, and let's bring the soles of your feet together to touch. Drop your knees apart, catch your outer feet, and root down to your sitting bones, lifting your chest. Breathe in. Leading with your chest, breathe out and start to fold. Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Press down to your sitting bones and lead with your chest. To inhale, rise slowly. Straighten both legs forward, and let's prepare for seated forward fold. As you flex your feet apart, hips distance, notice if it's helpful to place a strap around the balls of your feet as an extension of your arms. Otherwise, raise the arms overhead. Sit tall, lift the heart, relax the shoulders down, breathe in. Keep lengthening your spine as you hinge forward as you exhale. Breath by breath. Maybe clasping your big toes while keeping a slight lift in the chest. Paschimottanasana. Now, we've been practicing quite a bit of back bending in various postures, as well as stretching the front of the hips. So now we're stretching the back of the hips and all these muscles in the back of your body that have been contracting to create back bends. So give them some love and gratitude. Might visualize breathing into all the back side of your body. Inhale, slowly rise. Please find a comfortable way to sit for our last pranayama practice of breath work. Sit in a way that your torso feels open and tall while your body is grounded and relaxed. Let's practice 3-part breathing. You might imagine that your torso from your pelvic floor to the top of your neck is a jar. Imagine dividing that jar into 3 cross sections. From your pelvic floor to your belly button is the first, lowest cross section. Encompassing most of your rib cage is the second, middle cross section. Above that, your chest, neck and shoulders and upper back is the top or third cross section. You might rest a hand at the top and a hand at the bottom. And what we'll do is inhale 1/3 into the lowest cross section, then pause. Inhale another third into the middle and pause. Inhale the last third to the very top and hold the breath. Then through the nose, we'll exhale really slowly and hold the breath out. That's 1 cycle. Let's practice 3 cycles together and 2 cycles of Durga Pranayama on your own. 3-part breathing. So let's start by just breathing in deeply through the nose. Open the mouth, clear it out. Close the lips. Inhale 1/3 into the lowest cross section. Pause. Inhale 1/3 into the middle. Pause. Inhale 1/3 into the top. Hold your breath. Exhale through the nose very slowly. Hold your breath. Round 2. Inhale, lowest part. Pause. Inhale, middle. Pause. Inhale, top. Hold. Exhale slowly. hold. Third cycle. Inhale, bottom, pause. Inhale, middle, pause. Inhale, top, hold. Exhale slowly. Hold. Continue 2 more cycles on your own. Taking your time, when you finish, let go of controlling your breath. As you breathe naturally, observe how you feel. When you're ready, slowly lower your body to the floor and let's relax in Shavasana for a few minutes. Stretching your legs apart so that your feet are maybe wider than hips distance. Stretching your arms down by your sides and turning the palms to face up to relax your shoulders back and down. Then close your eyes and feel the breath flow on its own, inviting your body to let go of doing, inviting your mind to relax. Begin to scan your awareness throughout your body again, observing the effect of your practice. Then, little by little, slowly wake up your body with gentle movements, easy stretches, maybe keeping your eyes closed to help tune inward. And take your time turning over onto your right side and resting your head for a few moments, observing your breathing. Notice how you feel now energetically. Begin to press your hands into the floor and slowly rise up to find a comfortable seat to practice our 5 minutes sitting in meditation. You might choose to close your eyes here. Let's begin. Sense the weight of your pelvis on the seat below. Resting your awareness on that feeling in your body. And allowing any thoughts to come and go, any feelings to come and go, while feeling the weight of your pelvis on your seat. Notice how your mind feels right now. Notice any emotions that you feel. As we bring our practice to a close, what are ways that you cultivate awareness of the kinds of thoughts that you feed on a daily basis outside of meditation? What are ways that you can relax your body and mind outside of physical yoga so that you can really be aware of your way of perceiving what's happening around you and how much of your perception is being colored by your habits of mind? Let's close the practice, taking a moment to offer gratitude. Gratitude to yourself for showing up today. Gratitude to your body, to this community we practice with, to the teachers who have passed down the practice of yoga and meditation through thousands of years. Remember your intention for today. Remember to whom or what you dedicated this practice. And together, let's join our voices chanting Om 3 times. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.